The top of the top. What's up? What's up? Live. Shout out to people catching this live. I'm up early on the Sunday. They probably think I was coming on. Shout out to y'all watching, catching this live, y'all. So since there's some people watching, I'm about to start. Yeah, they'll catch up later, man. Just did a 10. Just was streaming 10 hours last night at the lounge. Yeah, so I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. I'm trying to bring entertainment to the table. Let's go. All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna just jump into it. Diddy's daughters came out and was talking. I'm gonna get into that because they said some important stuff. And I'm just doing a recap from this week when I told people they call that the freak off mansion, and you got it right there. So the mansion in Miami was the freak off mansion. I was calling it the freak off mansion, joking around. Here you got it. Freak off mansion sold in Miami Beach. Y'all know about that part. Now we're going to get into the real talk. What I saw in the middle of the night. So let's go. Yeah, man, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back to this Diddy daughter stuff. We're going to get into the real news. All right, let's go. So a man 63 years old arrested for crashing a car into Beyonce and Jay-Z's East Hampton residence. Yes. So it's been a long week. It's been a couple of weeks. They was able to achieve their greatness, and they was able to acquire their glory of performing at Yankee Stadium, and the whole world watched, and everybody came out. It was a trending topic. Everybody had opinions. It is what it is. Things I spoke about, like they're going to have their fun this week, but after the show is over, it's back to the regular scheduled program. The weird stuff that's going on in this game. So to speed it up, man, I don't know what's going on, but they've been dealing with a lot of different things when it comes to their home. And I spoke about what happened, like a lot of celebrities don't live in Hollywood like that. And they don't live out there no more like that. I know after Malibu got burnt up, they all lost their summer homes. And they was one of them. And that's why a lot of them been hanging out in New York. Even LeBron James been hanging out in New York lately. You know what I'm saying? They've been in the Hamptons. Because one of the secrets of New York is, we're taught and raised that New York City is the greatest part, but it's not. It's the Hamptons. You know what I'm saying? So all the rich people is in the Hamptons. That's their summer vacate, like Malibu. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, their home was by Steven Spielberg, a few others. And it's the whole thing, man. Somebody rammed their gate, a sick, wild, weirdo man, tried to drive his car through their gate on their property. Yes. So let's go. Now. Like I said, it's been weird stuff happening. Just stuff been happening, but it's just they've been catching a lot of bad luck. Fire in Malibu, that messed up the house. They had to be evacuated from that. A couple years ago, the house in Louisiana burnt. They was trying to find property in the UK. Some fell through with that. So they've been in New York for a long time. They've been in New York for a little minute. Well, y'all know for a fact, since the Knicks in the championship, you've been seeing Jay-Z in New York. So they've been in New York, but here you got it, man. What's up, top of the top, everybody? I see y'all up. Yeah, y'all ain't think I was coming on this early Saturday, right? What's up, family? What's up, Lavish? What's up, EK? What's up, y'all? What's up, Regal? And shout out to the new people, man. Yeah, so yeah, y'all. It's a lot of weird. See, this is my whole perspective. I'm trying to tell people. None of this stuff is over, y'all. Nothing is over. When I say nothing is over, that means nothing is calm. Okay, it's not just before. Remember, it was just entertainment. Now there's so much stuff going on. I'm telling you, since Diddy's gone and all this, I feel like it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes in that industry, and it's also a lot of stuff going on in the other department. Y'all know what I'm talking about in politics. There's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. So you're not gonna know what's what, but all you're gonna see is weird stuff keep happening. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's behind the scenes stuff. So you gotta look at it like, just saying, you might got smoke with somebody, you got a little personal beef, but nobody knows you got beef. And then little by little, these little things just start happening. Or it could just be a weirdo sick man. I'm just saying, It's still weird stuff. Because we're going to look at the difference in this property from other property. When that man hit that gate, it was a real disturbance. Top of the top, we up, y'all, on a Saturday morning. I got to bring something to the table, man. YouTube dead. Yeah, YouTube is very boring, man. So shout out to everybody doing their thing on here, though. You know what I'm saying? But let's go, man. You strictly the real news around here. My mind, you check this out, y'all. This happened on Wednesday. This happened on Wednesday, but it didn't get released till today. So let's check it out. So remember I be telling y'all about these media cover-ups and all this weird stuff be happening? Yeah, y'all. So here you got it, man. Check it out. U.S. Weekly obtained a police report regarding an incident where Bronx resident Keith Webster was accused of driving his Subaru into a security gate at Beyonce and Jay-Z's Georgia Capone property on Wednesday, July 15th. Webster was later charged with second-degree criminal mischief and third-degree criminal trespass. See, I got it right here. Police report, it happened on Wednesday. It's Saturday, we're just finding out. So you see what I've been telling you, how you can get all this media, Instagram, media, blah, 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 post, and the real news, we don't get it or come late. This happened, it happened Wednesday. See? All right, so let's go. A lot of weird stuff happening, y'all. Let's go. So y'all know they had their event this weekend. I mean, they took over the media. We know that. Promo. They took over the internet. They got their shine on. But as soon as that stuff was over, now this bad news start coming back. Now, it's not just their house. Y'all also know it's a situation with the bad air quality. So these are things that we speaking about yesterday. Like, you could have went to their concert. You spend all this money. You flying in. You having a ball over the weekend. And next thing you know, this week is poor air quality. So I will tell a lot of y'all, if you are in places where the air is bad, they already said it, y'all, that air is hazardous. It's not, it's straight toxic. It's hazardous, and they already said that air is unhealthy. And they already said that the air can cause this bad air, y'all, can cause strokes, seizures, trigger asthma, and take people's breath. Also, nobody knows the after effects. So let's go. So I'm just giving you the background. It's a hectic week. It's been a hectic week. All right, so check it out. They got the police report. A security guard observed Webster's Subaru driving at a high rate of speed up the driveway, like a movie, speeding and coming to the house. The subsequent collision reportedly caused significant damage to Beyonce and Jay-Z's checkpoint. So he ran through the checkpoint. He tried to run through the checkpoint. A straight loon ball, y'all. Try to run through the checkpoint. Check it out. He got it. Look, okay. Because Webster did not stop at the closed mechanical driveway gates, it is not clear whether the couple were home during the incident. Webster initially remained in his vehicle following the crash, but eventually complied with the request to exit. Check it out. Let me see something. By the time police arrived, Webster was reportedly restrained and sitting in front of his vehicle. So the man tried to run through the security check. He tried to ram through the gate. Whatever happened, I guess he probably was, whatever happened, the security got him out. They dragged him out and cuffed him. So the security did their job. And you see, we get a look at the behavior, the energy, the vibe of what was going on. It sounds chaotic. Okay, you break everything down to normal terms. You got a house. Some idiot just tried to drive on your property and drive through your driveway and crash through your house. That's what happened to them. So for people that know about the saga, there's been a lot of stuff happening to them. Even from when last summer Beyonce went through straight hell on tour. So like I said, the fact that they have media power, a lot of this stuff you ain't been able to see, and we ain't been knowing, but they've been fighting to sustain their supremacy, but I feel like somebody is hating on them. And I feel like it's somebody they got beef with. You see? And I also be looking back in time, y'all, on some real talk. I don't want to say certain things, man. But I gave everybody on this channel, y'all know what's up when I said stuff like, remember they let that woman be embarrassed? Remember when it was a woman and it was her turn? Y'all remember it was a woman that got embarrassed. Her name started with a K. Everybody was laughing at her, joking at her. Money Bad Joe. Remember Money Bad Joe and that lady named K was a joke? And we spoke about how if you pay attention, nobody wanted to support that woman. Nobody was there for him. When they said it's not enough male vote, we need these men. All we know is, I told y'all, it's something behind some of this. This is just my opinion. They sent Cardi B and Megan performing in Atlanta, embarrassing the whole congregation. And I feel like they rubbed a lot of people the wrong way on many levels. So in my opinion, there's no telling. Because remember, then we got to look at that Target situation, that Kaepernick situation. See how I'm trying to tell you? It's a lot. They catching a lot of smoke. So we spoke about that. Okay. The same people that was behind them with the social justice, the same people that ran to the polls because of them. I feel like some of them are the people that turned on them as well. I feel like they got a lot of people against them. Because remember now, this same week, it was that Cap drama. And we know Memphis Bleak got on the radio and said they don't care about none of that. Whatever it is, not saying it's connected, not saying nothing is. It's entertainment, but it's just funny. This week was all that controversy and anger towards them. And this week, a loonball man. Now, also, it's like, okay, a dude from the Bronx. So a person will have to know how New York was set up. For somebody to come all the way from the Bronx to where they was at, you see what I'm saying? Very weird, very weird. You know how I look at it too? Hey, we also don't know. Now, then again, he locked up. Because I was just thinking, for real, the security guard could have fired on him. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at that. Like, he lucky the security guard didn't unload on him. Because, you know, once he was on that property driving crazy, they could have unloaded on him. You know, but it's no telling if a security had firearms. Who knows? But because for real, if I'm a security guard, armed security guard, and I'm watching somebody's property, as soon as I seen that car come on the property driving crazy, I'm busting. You know what I'm saying? But they also could have thought about it, like they probably want to shoot, because then if they shoot him up, he might crash the car into one of them. Ain't no telling, but they got him out the car, they cuffed him up for the police to get him. So it's a police report. Mind you, this happened on Wednesday. We getting it today. So let's just go, y'all. Let's go. Happy to see everybody this morning. We up on this Friday. So Webster initially remained in his vehicle following the crash, but eventually complied with requests to exit. By the time police arrived, Webster was reportedly restrained and sitting in front of his vehicle. Yes. So this is inside the home. So y'all all know they have more than one home, but man, it's common. Yo, some things happening, y'all. It's some things happening. I didn't see them try to get another mansion built. I didn't see them buy another mansion. They already had this property. This property worth $26 million. And I wonder if, now they bought this 2018, but for people who not getting it, man, the first rich rapper to live in the Hamptons was the Diddler. LeBron James and them been out there all week. Him and Kevin, they all out there in the Hamptons. But that was Diddy's home. Diddy started that, y'all, the white part of the Hamptons. He the one showed them how to ball when they were poor. You see what I'm saying? When they were poor trying to get their feet wet, it was the Diddler had them out there in them Hamptons. Now they're in the Hamptons. And the Diddler's gone. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So now look, something very important was said. Now we're going to look at, first of all, I don't cover people's youngsters, you know what I'm saying? But they 19. And they stepping up to something. Like I said, this same week, they did an interview. So like I said, you gotta look at you always gotta look at the temperature as a whole. See, just this week, they did an interview, which I said, Diddy sold his mansion. That was news for him this week. Everybody, remember I told you, everybody's picking. It's not full media, it's sided media. So my point is, this whole week in reality was about Diddy and Jay-Z. It's just that Diddy's side was downplayed. Remember, he's the idiot in the Gump. He's the bad guy. And in this whole picture, Jay-Z's the hero, the good guy. I'm talking about in the urban community. That's how it's playing out. But meanwhile, if you pay attention, it's different things going on. His forward progress. Let's go. Now, This is what I'm gonna see. This is how you're gonna see for a fact now that Diddy's daughters are smarter than a lot of people. Because they're gonna say exactly what I said a lot of these rappers, entertainers should have said. Now you're gonna see how somebody can be your father, y'all. And just because your father did foul stuff, don't mean it got nothing to do with you. So if you don't separate yourself from the stuff your dad did, all right, that means you're gonna fail with your dad. So this is what I meant when I was telling y'all that all these rappers, everybody affiliated with Diddy, eventually they all gonna be broke. And they all gonna fall on their face, y'all. Now let's take a clean look at what his daughter's talking about. Because remember, this was downplayed. 1 year after the disgraced music mogul was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage. Okay, we're gonna skip that. His 2 twins insisted they aren't worried about public scrutiny. As they launched their first clothing brand, the sisters have made it clear they are determined to carve out their own careers despite their rapper father's legal trouble. When asked if they were nervous about being thrust further into the public eye, both replied, not at all. So you know what's happening? His kids like, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get our money. Yeah, our dad is who he is, but we're not gonna let our dad stop our shine. Like I told you, these rappers are their kids. So I told you, they all gonna be quiet, they're gonna be broke. What we know about this? His children have to brand themselves if they want generational wealth, if they want to get their own money. Diddy money shrinking. They got to get their own money. They got to get to it now. They're 19. It's their time. So I wanted y'all to see when I was telling you, everybody being quiet, everybody that's stuck on YouTube, it means they don't have a career because a lot of them depended on Diddy. So you also watching his children make moves without him. Even if he is behind them, it's not about that. It's about them branding in a new world for the future. What are they doing? Separating themselves from their dad. Yeah, that's my dad. He's a perv. Whatever y'all think he is, that ain't us. That's all you're supposed to do. And I'm telling you, when you got a man that said, I don't know Diddy like that, I don't know him, you get what I'm saying? You ain't got to say all that. When everybody being quiet, you ain't got to do all that. All they had to do was say, I have nothing to do with that stuff that man did. And move on with your career. But they played the quiet game. And they played the quiet game. And they ain't been getting no checks. And they ain't been getting no money. So you see it right here. They already been letting y'all know the tone of their brand. But you must understand, the week of all of this, they made sure this came out this week as well. I told you it's media wars. To me, it looked like a fight when Blue Ivy came on the stage. You see? But see, the whole point of this is showing you, y'all, just because you cool with somebody don't mean you got to go down with the stuff they did. I don't got to tell on you. I don't got to co-sign you, but I ain't got nothing to do with it, period. You gonna deal with that. There you go. So now when we went through the whole thing of the rappers be scared, and the rappers were the main ones in that tub. See, it's a reason why they waited. It's a reason why it played out the way it did. So when I told y'all that Miami mansion is the freak off mansion, here you go right here. Because yesterday I didn't show you. Y'all know all the jokes of me calling it the freak off mansion, the freak. Here you got it right here. Because I figured it out. The Miami mansion was the freak off mansion, man. You see what I'm saying? They always in Miami. And I also feel like they all want to turn their back and bury Diddy because they know they was all down there with him. That's just part of it, y'all. And my point is, I told them this was not going to blow over. This was nothing you're going to be quiet and get. Everybody should have already did their blockbuster interview that was down with Diddy. See, I told you how it go down. Okay, remember Danny came? You remember when that went down? All of them started talking. Y'all remember the main one? I forgot her name that quick. Remember when it all went down, she started talking. Like I always knew Diddy was a piece of crap. She was separating herself from the legacy. Separating herself as an individual. Yes, I was with Diddy. Yes, I was on Making a Band. But at the same time, carving out her own lane for the future. Because those things got to be clarified. You know? It's no different from guys. You might have been a street person, but you got degrees since then. You been got off the street, but nobody know. You go back to the neighborhood, they still think you're the street person, but they have no clue you done got degrees and all that. But you ain't tell nobody. So you still trying to play that role like you the street person, and therefore you're going to keep getting put in that street category. Meanwhile, you're not even that same person. You don't got the same friends, but you're not saying nothing. So that elder woman that came out the building said you selling drugs your whole life, she don't know, man, my changed. I got a college degree. I don't do that stuff. You going down with that bad stuff because you're being quiet. See, it's a time to speak up. So this is what I was telling you. I was telling you how the people that's quiet in this whole thing gonna end up looking worse than Diddy when he come home, or just whenever, as time go by, they're gonna look worse. Meaning his children are gonna still be more successful than him. Because everybody that didn't separate themselves from him, they going down with the ship. They're just going down with the ship. That means that era has been closed. That era has been considered the worst, disgustingest, triflingest, deviant era of all time. None of that stuff is to be proud of. How I know that? Guys, I also was able to see none of them changed their name. They didn't learn nothing from Diddy. Why do you think he always changed his name? Guys, soon as, like I said, they're tricked in the urban community. See, when you got a name, like you look at all of them on YouTube, they got a name for themselves, right? But they don't want to leave those names. And those names is what tied them into Diddy. You get it? It's those names. When they could have come out and say, you know what, I ain't even that no more. I'm going under my government name. I got a whole new name. See, that was my rap name. But see, the fact they still wanted clout off their old rap names, those old rap names are always going to be tied into this legacy. This is what I was talking about. Now we're talking about the science of name, likeness, and image. Once your name, likeness, and image is dirty, you have to, you get what I'm saying, y'all? So they stayed in it too long. And they kept thinking that rap and hip-hop is cool. They kept thinking that era was something to be so proud of. And they kept talking about it, want to hold on to it. When the whole time, soon as Diddy was on national TV in a damn robe, and I know that's my homeboy, and I know the stuff he's been doing our whole life, at that point, it's time for me to rebrand myself. I must now get away from this stuff. Meaning, I got to get away from it. And after he did that, the first thing I did is, I don't agree with what he did to Cassie. That wasn't right. Bingo, bingo. You see, that wasn't right. Now, the Diddy I know, he don't get down like that. Boom, boom, boom. And I'd have just, from that on right there, I'd have been out the way. Okay, well, he was with Diddy. He went against the domestic violence. He wasn't with that stuff. See, I'm away from that now. Now, y'all going to be quiet. Meanwhile, now I'm just moving on. And so now, when they got a situation with Diddy, they want to call somebody or whatever it is. Hey, I want to, you know what I'm saying? If you hung with that man 30 years, it's a way to deal with it. How you know that? Now you got it. These rappers was around Diddy longer than his daggone kids. They just turned 19. But what you're looking at, Diddy kids going to be richer than every rapper that was hanging with Diddy. That's what you're watching. So I want y'all to get, it was very important what they did. And it's showing you, just because somebody, your family, you don't got to claim them to the end. You ain't got to claim nobody dirty, y'all. That's why I was telling you, y'all tricked to think you got to co-sign dirty people when you ain't the one that got nothing to do with it. So they're separated. They ask me, are y'all scared or y'all worried to be joked, whatever? They like, no, because it's the truth. You can't be blamed for it. Your parent was a crackhead. What that got to do with you? Your parents was dope heads. I mean, hey, when you're a little kid, you're going to be ashamed of that because you're getting joked on. When you get older, you like, hey, I tried it, whatever. You can't go out like that. So right here, they insisted they aren't worried about public scrutiny. They launched their first clothing brand. And y'all know they're young and they're going to get that young generation. They're going to be making that money at 19. And they're going to be making money more than everybody you see right now. Because, like I said, these people was able to show me that these guys were responsible for their career. And when I said they set up, silence is approval. So being that they went with silence, it became approval. And that's why all they ass got a YouTube channel now. See, it was a rapper that said, Cassie lying. Cassie just trying to get a lawsuit. When that rapper said that, he didn't have a YouTube channel, but he does now. All of them that was quiet, but when this stuff happened, they all got a YouTube channel now. And it's even one rapper, his girl left his ass. Told you, man. He was the grand exposure for everybody. And that's why. Now, you see Jay-Z said, I don't know him like that. He still separated himself from him. He didn't stay quiet. Now, everybody else stayed quiet. We know that's what? Pledge of Allegiance. That's why they all, like, they actually think they was going to be on Bad Boy Records, get the clout, all about the Benjamin, all these years, and somehow it's just going to all go away. Oh, we wasn't there with Diddy, okay. Back to interviewing Lil C's, and everybody else got a show, and it's just all back to normal. No! I said these people are sick. They actually think it's going to go back normal. No, they're going to go broke. So I told you, also, they need interviews. They need all this stuff, man. They finished. Meanwhile, Diddy kids in the merch, and they said, man, they don't care about that. When asked if they were nervous about being thrust further into the public eye. Both replied, not at all. See that? Not at all. But I also told you, whenever he does come home, he's still going to be over everybody. So you'll see low-key this week, it was a low-key media battle, all right? Because Diddy was trying to let us know, he was trying to let people know he's still out here. He's trying to let people know, get it? I know what he was doing. He was trying to, he put himself in the headlines the exact week he knew they was doing their thing. Because remember, it's no different from real life, y'all. It's somebody you don't agree with, you don't see eye to eye with, whatever it is. Somebody keep bringing their name up, you might get pissed off. You see? So he's what, I mean, according to the, I assume he see everybody worshiping, you know. We ain't gonna get in all that today. But what I'm saying is this. Y'all know damn well Diddy lived in them Hamptons first. Y'all know damn well he lived in them Hamptons first. And we, like I say, man, the videos, we spoke about that already. We know who's behind a lot of careers, man. So, you know, this probably was making people, Diddy sick to his stomach. And I'm saying that because he made sure he got some news out this week. So the same as that week, they get attention. I'm gonna let my daughter's gonna come make this big announcement for their clothing line. You see? But his daughters denied him. They denounced him to the world, letting you know, I ain't man. Remember, y'all know they was young. They ain't got nothing to do with that. The kid part of their mother too. So they ain't about to crash their career over everything. They got a real story. You know, actually, all this stuff on, trust me, they gonna be clouded up. People gonna support them for the simple fact their mom has passed away and their dad did some horrific things, ended up in prison. Everybody know they suffered. You see what I'm saying? So they got kind of a touch with reality a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody know they actually been through stuff. You see, and their mother was a model, and now they got the clothes. So it all worked for them. So it's going to work for them. You know what I'm saying? And just off their gimmick of twins with merchandise. And it's they peers and up. So this right here was a chess move towards Diddy, whether people know it or not. See, they are the past. This was a checkmate move for the future. It was a move for the future. You see what I'm saying? I look at it like this is where letting people know it ain't over yet. But still, they had to separate themselves from him. You get it? So you're going to see they did what no other rapper did, no other actor, Taraji P. I'm going to say all their name. They all was down in Miami. You keep thinking about what? The Miami Heat. The Miami Heat. Miami Heat. Everybody was in Miami at one point. You see what I'm saying, y'all? But my point is, everybody that knows for a fact it was in Miami, they ass been super quiet. You know what I'm saying? They know what's up, y'all. So now, right, it's all starting to look funny. Now let's get into it. This the gate allegedly got smashed into. Allegedly. Now this is the thing I'm looking at. If that's the gate, look how close the house is. Now, I know on some property it's different. But you clearly see on that property, once you go to that gate, you right there. They might wind up selling this house. You see that house, right? So a mad psycho trying to bust through the gate. The house sitting right there. And they need, man, I would have figured they had a super penitentiary fence around that house. Man crashes through a gate at Beyonce and Jay-Z's East Hampton estate. Hey, you got it, man. So now we got there. What happened so far, y'all? A psycho came to Rihanna's house, sprayed the house up. Allegedly, a man from the Bronx tried to crash their gate. And they've been in New York for a minute. So let's go. All this stuff is weird, man. According to the police report obtained by Fox News, the man identified as Keith Jonathan Webster, 63 years old, and he resides in the Bronx. Webster was charged with a felony criminal mischief in the 2nd degree and a misdemeanor of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. So there y'all got it. Felony criminal mischief and criminal trespass. Per the police report, Beyonce and Jay-Z front gate suffered significant front end damage. All right, so man, I'm pretty sure it did. They didn't show. Now, this is the thing, right? It happened on Wednesday, and we just getting it reported, and the word is they fixed the fence. So they fixed it already. That's the word. So, you know, he was driving at a high rate speed up the driveway and did not stop until he broke the gate down and was on the celebrity couple's driveway. So this allegedly, I guess, is the driveway. So obviously, if I'm not mistaken, I guess he had to bust through something to get right here, because once you right here, you at their house. You know what I'm saying? You right there. You get it? So he actually got that far, according to the police report. So he was driving a 2024 Subaru SUV when he rammed through the fortified gate a little after noon. So it was fortified. If he got through that, he did something. He did damage. On Wednesday, according to Detective Sergeant Jennifer Dunn, Webster's motive, his motive is still under investigation. He was unarmed and does not have a criminal record, she said on Friday. Here's the estate in the Hamptons. LeBron out there. A lot of people live out there. Steven Spielberg. A lot of people. It's even somebody that be on this channel live out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So for those who don't know, that's the beautiful part of New York. The richest part. That's the most historical part. That's the land that's worth the most. Hamptons. You know what I'm saying, y'all? That's where George Washington was at back in the day on them waters. Stuff like that. Get it? Those are ancient, those are historical waters. So that's why that property is so expensive. So they caught drama at the Malibu property in LA. They caught drama at the Louisiana property. Now at the New York property, here you got it. But I told you the joke always on us, because how can this happen on Wednesday? That means we've been talking about nothing since Wednesday. And that your proof how this was suppressed. You know, because everything else get out. But also, maybe it didn't come out to the police report. But either way, man, you got it, man. Here's the property, y'all. So they can't catch a break, y'all. And I look at it like this. It's not about nobody trying to do nothing to them. I look at it like somebody tormenting them. That's how I look at it. I look at it like somebody playing games. For the simple fact, I look at it like that with anybody's house. If you live somewhere, somebody try to ball up in your driveway, something going on, or that person on meds, straight up. But this person came all the way from the Bronx. I said the Long Island, like that person had to be on meds. They had to be on meds doing what they did. Because also what they did, there was no escaping that. Like, you ain't ramming through nobody's gate out there. You think you're going to get away. So I'm going to say that person was on meds. Hey, it could have been a super fan. We don't know. Could have been a super fan, a weirdo. Because they've been dealing with that a lot lately, too. I know some of y'all been seeing that, like, all over the map. A lot of these entertainers been dealing with a crisis of stalkers, weirdos hopping their gate, walking on their property. A lot of weird stuff been happening to them, y'all. But you all got to know, you got fear and you got no peace. So like I said, right, some things are just coincidences. Some things just be bad luck. Because let's remember, all those people breached the gate at their show. Now somebody's breaching another gate days later. It's all about security. So what's happening? And then what else we know? Well, we also know it was one day, you know, Jay-Z came out the Knicks game and his truck wasn't right there. And that became a security risk, security breach again. He had to walk down the street around all those people to get to his truck when it was supposed to be right there. So I tell you, a lot of weird stuff been happening. A lot of security breaches. So I'm not saying they probably scared, but if you live this smooth life and all of a sudden all this weird stuff start happening when you rest your head at your property, you see what I'm saying? All these things keep happening. So yeah, y'all. So remember, when you connect the dots of the gate being breached at the concert, then that's still too much. That's too much drama for 1 week. You know what I'm saying? It's too much drama. You know, maybe security about to get fired because there's been a couple of breaches, man. So allegedly they paid $26 million for this home. And now a lot of y'all see this. Now you'll see why they run and move to Atlanta. Because in Atlanta, you'll get something like this for $3 million, $5 million. But in the Hamptons, see, that's why a lot of fans never got that. Why their favorite rappers don't live on certain property. They didn't get it. They fans online, look, the rappers online showing all that money ain't got no property in the Hamptons. No property in Hollywood. No property in Miami. All of them living in Atlanta. In Atlanta, man, that right there probably be $2 million, $3 million, maybe 1.5. That's 26 million in them Hamptons. And you ain't just paying for that house. You paying for that location, that property, and Steven Spielberg, your neighbors. You know what I'm saying? You got the plugs all around you. See, they know in them neighborhoods, right? You might work a deal in that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You might work a deal and make some more money living out there. You're going to pay for that. That's right. So now y'all see why they all live in Atlanta. When I told you all the black celebrities live in Atlanta, especially when they went broke, they all their ass went back to Atlanta. Yeah. A lot of men own no mansion. They were living in lofts and apartments in L.A. fronting. Yes, they all had to move their ass out of there. They started moving back. They started moving to Florida. They were so broke, y'all, they had to go to Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, they was going. That's why Offset was at the casino out there. That's why they was at the Hard Rock Cafe, Hollywood, Florida. That's where it's cheap at. And you can still be a knockoff celebrity that ain't shining no more. See, when they fall off the map, they start going to them states where people happy to see them. That's why you're going to see Offset start hanging in Vegas. That's where they all at, Vegas. See, when they fall off, they're going to go where people still like them. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, so-and-so. But really, they don't fell off. That's why they in Vegas, in Atlanta, hiding out. But when it comes to that prime real estate, y'all, man, they ain't never owned no property in no Hamptons. Truth be told, I don't even know if Cardi B even owned New York property. I don't even know. Because my joke was, man, they finessed Cardi B to buy that Atlanta property. That's right. Now, y'all see that, right? $26 million. Meanwhile, the idiot done drove down the gate and tried to smash their house. So, yeah, if I was Jay-Z, I'd be pissed. I know he probably is pissed. Man, ain't nobody going to front. That man probably nervous, leery, all that. I'm sorry. Because all this stuff started happening out the blue. And here in New York, because remember, y'all know they ain't never even been in New York this long. Guys, if they had them Malibu homes, they'll be in Malibu. Their feet kicked up. You know what I'm saying? Because the word, I'm going to show y'all, they wasn't even never at this house a lot like that anyway, because the truth is what y'all already know. My people that know money and know real estate, y'all know for a fact. That house is $26 million, but y'all know you can get way better than that. And y'all know that house look boring, man. So they wasn't even there a lot. Because you know why? That house was a power symbol. They had that house just to say we got a house in the Hamptons and to be in the Hamptons with everybody else. But in reality, they said they ain't even live there like that. It's a social status and investment. But it's only investment if you're going to sell it for more money. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, okay, compared to other houses, y'all know it's something like their other house. This is one of them old-time houses. Like I said, they classical worth money houses, but they boring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so they said they wasn't there like that, but LeBron and all them in the Hamptons now. Yeah, because, you know, LeBron got smoked with L.A. He mad with the Lakers, so now he's in New York chilling in the Hamptons. You know, they don't got their Malibu property where they used to chill at. Now they in the Hamptons. That's all it is, y'all. But you also going to see they don't chill in no damn Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never see Jay-Z, LeBron. You ain't see no big celebrity ever talking about they in Atlanta chilling. I tell you, Atlanta's for the low-level celebrities, man. That's why it's called Black Hollywood. They real Hollywood. A lot of people didn't get the difference, man. Atlanta was a place where all the knockoffs could run around and be ballers and renting cars and stuff. Meanwhile, they ain't had no property, y'all. And they the ones going broke because they the ones in Atlanta and all that, man, they living in the, man, they really going, man, they done, y'all. Let's just go. Let's go. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Beyonce and Jay-Z don't have time for their new mansion. $26 million. They barely was there. Now, you will see this with 2018. Then they got the other mansion, 2023, 5 years later. They ain't had that long. So the truth is, they really have been, I guess, moving around lately, but they definitely wasn't at that. They was not at that mansion a lot. Because, you know, for one thing, we know since the dealer been gone, we know whatever. It's a lot of things. They ain't been in New York a lot. They've been working tours, and they haven't been there like that. But now, as soon as they come back, that's what I'm showing you. They haven't even been there like that, y'all. That's all part of what I'm showing you. Now, they haven't been there like that. Now that they back, probably for a little minute, this drama happened. Also, right there, okay, what I'm showing y'all now is, y'all see the gate? This the close-up right here. Y'all see the gate right here. So the man allegedly he breached, but allegedly, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't make it to this one. This is the driveway. So allegedly, he made it right here, but you'll see what's behind that gate. This behind the gate. So my point is, behind the gate, the house is right there. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know other properties, it depends on where you at. The house, like the LA, it's way back, so you can't just get to the house like that. The way this house set up, you see somebody can stand right there or hop that, you're okay. I think they probably gonna sell this property. They don't be there like that anyway. So the word is they got the gate fixed and everything already though. Yeah, man. So this what they waking up to. Meaning this happened Wednesday, y'all, was covered up. They didn't want this to come out exactly after that glory. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they wanted this to come out. Or whatever. They just handled it how they handled it. Mind you, somebody from the Bronx came and crashed on the property. So let's go. We got a lot. We got a few things to talk about. We're going to talk about Tom Brady smacking Logan Paul. All right, let's go. So like I said, y'all, they had their glory, but now this is what I meant by back to reality. Back to reality. A lot of weird stuff happening. Toxic air outside. Weird stuff just happening. But I assume there's some stuff going on with them behind the scenes. Because I said, in my opinion, that Yankee Stadium celebration was looking like we just have life after Diddy, man. He's gone. It's our time now. Like, I looked at it as a celebration as well. A ceremony, a celebration. Because remember, they had to go through all that smoke, all that quiet. They had to be quiet. All that bad energy, Tony Busby, all this stuff. And it's like this was a celebration. Like, all that stuff finally over, y'all. We can come back. Y'all have our fun. You know what I'm saying? He gone now. It's over. Like, that's how I look at the whole vibe. Then after it's over, the diddler mate, so he getting the headlines. So I look at the diddler. I look at him. When he in the headlines, it ain't for us. It's for them. That's how I look at it. But he in the headlines, I look at it like he letting them know. Yeah, I'm still out here. Y'all see me? Y'all stole that house. I don't need that house. I'm getting his money. I look at him like that. I look at everything he puts in the news is not for fans. That's just how I look at it. Okay? His daughter's doing that interview. I look at it as it's about their new clothing line. Yes. It's about what they got coming. But if you pay attention, they also dealing with what? Battle of the youngsters. They playing that game too. Who kid is the best? Who kid is the smartest? You're going to see Kanye Northwest. You're going to see they pushing Blue Ivy. Now, Diddy say, okay, y'all pushing y'all's. Let me show you what mine doing. See what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. See that? At the same time, they all racing for the future. Who kid's going to be on top? Who kid's going to be on top? Okay, y'all daughter playing the piano. Okay, Kanye, your daughter is good on social media. She's doing her little thing on stage. Let me show you what my daughter's doing. They still competing, y'all. So I know what I'm looking at. That's my opinion. I'm looking at a competition, and I'm just looking at Diddy is still talking through different ways. And I look at everything he's doing in media is not for us. It's for industry people that might think he finished, whether they turn their back on him, whatever they think. I look at it as it's towards him. Because if everybody's praising Jay-Z and I can get in the headlines this week, however I get in the headlines, my name gonna be out there this week. I'm gonna let them know. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm still out here. I'm still making moves. So we can look at it funny. Diddy might have lost money, but he still made what? 75 to 85 million. He sold a jet. He sold a house. Remember, some people think that means going broke. And they don't understand. Sometimes that means making sure you straight. Why? I don't need that jet when I come home. I ain't going nowhere. I don't need that extra house. I might not even be living out there. He still got the LA home, 60 million. He just got set. He cashing out. So you see what's going on? My point is people out here losing money. He putting money up. So, and mind you now, okay, the daughter's coming out. Separating themselves from him. We have nothing to do with him. No, we're not embarrassed. Our careers have nothing to do with our father, and that is the truth. So they launching their first brand, and I think that's a shot at them too. You know, friendly competition. Okay, y'all daughter playing piano. She doing her thing. Okay, this is what my daughter's doing. So I look at her. I'm gonna just say it. I look at it like him and Diddy got smoked behind the scenes. That's just how I look at it, man. All right. According to the public information, when Jay-Z denied that, man, allegedly, according to the public information, I look at it like they got smoke behind the scenes in competition. I think it's really been subs, different things about that throne. Then we know Clyde passed away. So a lot of stuff has been happening, y'all. Meaning it's been shifts, changes, different things been happening, but it's covered up because I think it's just an industry thing. It's amongst them. It's amongst them, y'all. So I'm going to say it again. Every time Diddy does something, I'm going to say it's towards them. And everybody else. That's how I look at it. All right, so let's move on. We'll get back to that. Tom Brady smacked Logan Paul. And allegedly, Carl Anthony Towns had to get between. Now, y'all also know Logan Paul be playing a lot. He be talking reckless. So, Logan Paul also in the wrestling and all that. But you see the video, Tom Brady did slap his ass, and they had to break it up. They had to break it up because Tom smacked his ass. He told him, get your boy, man. He telling him, get your boy. He told him, get Tom. But get your boy, man. Tom smacked fire out his ass. Yeah, it was that fanatic situation. So when y'all saw Michael Rubin party, y'all know Tom was there, Jay was there. Boom. This week, that whole Yankee Stadium merch, that whole Brandon, boom. Tom Brady, Brandon. This was a Michael Rubin event. Long story short, I don't know what happened. Hey, it could have been performing. All I know is Tom smacked the crap out of his ass. And I do think Jake Paul was getting reckless. I think Jake Paul was getting reckless out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Tom Brady was like, man, get this nerd out of here. Get this cornball out of here. You talking about get your boy, man. You better get your boy. So he made it like he was he made it like he was gonna F Tom Brady up. Like, you better get your man. I'm about to beat Tom Brady ass. Tom Brady smacked fire out his cheek, y'all. Pat. All right, y'all. Let's go. Hey, I told the bros, Max B ain't gonna make no noise. Man, you never saw a man, you never saw a rapper in jail 16 years come home and ain't drop an album yet. Told you it wasn't no damn Tupac. That was a gimmick. Told you Max B wasn't gonna make no noise. I told you it was gonna turn Max B to an internet sensation. He gonna get his buzz, and that's that. You been hearing everybody on tour, Rick Ross, Jay-Z, Chris Brown, Usher, everybody on tour. Max B ain't going on tour yet. And ain't nobody break his ass on tour to get no money. Why? Everybody forgets that Max B was beefing with the industry before he got locked up. And people also forget people in the industry is more cool with Jim Jones than everybody else. What else you don't get? If Jim Jones down with Rock Nation, you ain't going to diss Jim Jones and then you're going to get a career after that. You're not. So that's why I told you the joke on Max B. And he got finessed by French. French and Rick Ross got a single out of him. And that's it for Max. I told you I was going to happen. I told you. They going to spin his ass. He ain't going to be nothing but a sidekick. Max B shines at Yaslin Bay Surprise at Mikey's Young World Festival. What the heck is that? We're going to leave that right there. All right? No, Max B got played. Everybody forget Max B was a mixtape rapper, y'all. They forget. Newsflash, young generation, Max B was always a mixtape rapper and a sidekick to Dipset and Jim Jones. He never put out a full album on his own. Everything was hype because French used him for a marketing scheme too. Y'all just spoke to Max B. Yo, Max B coming home, they used him for clout. It was a front, y'all. Told you it wasn't going to be nothing. Why? When he disrespected Jimmy and Chrissy, that was it for him. If you really pay attention, when he started dissing Jimmy and Chrissy, his ass went to jail after that. All right? So y'all forget Chrissy down with the family. So check it out, man. This is stuff that was going on behind our back. Jay-Z was having fun the whole weekend, man. He was having fun, man. They took over, y'all. But I think Jay-Z having fun was making people pissed. And y'all know D. Haven was pissed. Yeah, y'all know Big was pissed. Fat he was pissed. Everybody, a lot of people was pissed. And that's why I say I think Jay-Z was doing stuff to troll people. He was doing stuff to piss them off more. That's what I think. I think Jay-Z knew this one thing. I'm going to call it reasonable doubt. That's how I'm going to troll everybody that was with me in the beginning. That's not no more. He know a lot of people from them days are against him now. So I'm going to do all this stuff to show them you're not with me no more. Me, I'm going to rub it in your face. Y'all ain't here no more. You ain't with me. He just doing petty stuff, having fun. But I also think he was making some people angry, like the Diddler. So How many of y'all saw this video when Jay-Z act like he was going to run off with that watch? He was joking around playing, y'all. He was having fun. He was looking at the watch, and he tried to act like he going to run with it. And the man got scared, y'all. the man was playing. I was like, man, Jay-Z, why you doing that, man? You know these kids out here smashing and grabbing, stealing stuff. He acted like he was going to steal the watch. But it was kind of funny. The man got like nervous for a quick second. He know damn well Jay-Z wasn't going to run, but it was instinct. Jay-Z was doing like how they do downtown Brooklyn. Y'all know how it go. Jamaica Ave and all that. You know, act like you're looking at the jury. He did an old school move, but he gonna run with it. You know what I'm saying? He like just playing, gave it back to him. But that dude at first, like, you can see that dude like, oh, you know what I'm saying? As a jeweler, if somebody trying to run, that's instinct. That man, he went into his instinct, like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So Jay-Z was having fun, clowning and having a ball this week. Yeah, he was. So, but I'm pretty sure when that happened on Wednesday, and that psycho man broke that gate, I don't think he thought that was happening. So if Memphis Bleak said Jay-Z was mad when they breached security at Yankee Stadium, I know he was mad at this. Facts. Now, while all this going on, y'all know that toxic air is out there. Y'all, this the time to wear a mask. So remember the pandemic, all these different things, people scared of the vax, all these different things. Meanwhile, you have toxic air. They already declared it hazardous to your health. If you know what hazardous means, all right, they already told you that it's unhealthy. So hopefully people have not been inhaling this 2-3 days straight. And anybody with nowhere to go that's outside, they're going to be messed up. The same way they was telling you how after World Trade, all that stuff happened to firemen at 9/11. The firemen started catching stuff after the fact, all them toxins and fumes. As far as we know, this could be the same toxic and fumes because they already announced. So if people end up sick later, we ain't going to know. If you start seeing dead birds, bees, and nobody knows what this toxin going to do. But they already warned everybody. It's hazardous. It's unhealthy. So if you're going to go outside, you need a mask. And some people on gas mask time. If you have to be outside, this is nothing to be inhaling all day. So like bro said yesterday, at least get you a rag and put it in some cold water, put that over your face. Do not be breathing that air or do not be breathing it. If you don't have to, I'm telling y'all right now. And they said this fire, this smoke has touched 100 million people because it's over multiple states. Every major city, Chicago, Philly, Pittsburgh, all the way down to VA, over many cities, DC, Detroit, over hundreds of millions of people. So here you got it, man. Where the wildfire smoke from Canada is blowing, how dangerous it is. And the joke was, I said Drake lit that fire in Canada, and that was Drake's way of being funny to torment everybody in America. That's how I looked at it. All right. I blamed it on Drake. Meaning everybody that don't like Drake, just blame it on Drake. Drake lit the fire. It was Drake. All right. We up on a Saturday morning. I know y'all didn't think I was going to be here, man, but I'm up. Let's go. So for those who don't know, yes, Teyanataylor sung Mary part on Can't Knock the Hustle because that day Mary did not leave her residency. Y'all have the proof on that. Jay-Z got Usher to leave his tour. He got Jeezy to leave his tour. Mary performed and she brought out 50. According to the story. You know, they lie so much, you got to check news. They said she brought out 50 and then she brought out Ja Rule. That's what was said. I look for it. I ain't getting no proof because I also know if y'all pay attention, I told you a million times, the past 2 weeks, everybody else's media been blacked out. They made it about one couple. So that's why you ain't know Mary been performing. You ain't get a lot of pictures. You ain't know the dates. You didn't know a lot of y'all could have went to Vegas and seen Mary right now. You get it? So Mary's in Vegas. Jeezy's in Vegas. Chris Brown, Usher on tour. ASAP Rocky on tour. Rick Ross on tour. There's a few others on tour, but you're going to see you ain't getting no information about it. They made it about one particular couple, like they're the only ones touring all week, and ain't nobody, meaning they didn't, you're going to see Mary, them ain't get no promotion. They didn't get no coverage. The bloggers wasn't blogging. They wasn't blogging Mary Show play by play. They wasn't blogging, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't talking about Rick Ross. Then Rick Ross had a grown man casual event, suit and tie, I guess, but they wasn't covering Rick Ross play by play. So do you now see how this media selected? That's why they all finished. All right, let's move on. Now, you know, this week I went into the shrimp scam. Yes, a lot of you from the urban community have been getting scammed with shrimp. For those who know about Housewives of Atlanta, y'all know about when Peter went to prison for that seafood situation. All right? Because they had a gimmick. They were getting farm-raised, knockoff, cheap-ass shrimp, selling it to you, high price, in restaurants and in stores. But mainly in the restaurants, they were selling y'all over jacked up prices of bogus shrimp. So I wanted to show y'all, right, the way AI works. When I tell y'all stuff, we all being watched. Your phone is what it is. Nothing you're going to do about it. Your phone control. They know everything you're looking at. Boom, 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 boom. So out of nowhere, this popped on my timeline. Why? They know I made a video about shrimp. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know this all been happening to you, but you didn't know where it come from. And I wanted you to get everything is connected now. See? By me talking about shrimp, all on my timeline. When I did a special about real shrimp, bogus shrimp. Now, Omaha State got real shrimp. Anybody can order them. But I was just showing you how this how the whole thing works. How I'm talking about shrimp online, on my phone, whatever, it's picking up. Remember, I'm under the same Gmail. So the same Gmail I'm going live on, the same Gmail that heard me talking about shrimp, and the same Gmail going to make sure this come on my timeline. See how it works? You're always being listened to. That's how it is, y'all, because it's about marketing and money. Yeah. I'm telling you, they smart. I've been peeping this before they even said it. Like, you could be in the house right now, say you're on your phone scrolling, and you just say you're talking out loud, like, I don't know, tonight I'm thinking about getting some tacos and a margarita. You just talking. But next thing you know, you're on your phone scrolling. There you go. You see a Chili's ad or some taco. I tell you, man, all y'all know has been happening to y'all, but you ain't know. I knew about this over a year ago. So it always be stuff happening. I'd be like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Like, I'll be on a live talking about something. Then I turn the TV. It's right there. I'm looking at something on TV. I go on my phone. It's right there. I'm like, I know what's happening, y'all. I told y'all we in the algorithm. And ain't nothing you do hidden a secret. Got it? So I'm talking about shrimp one day. Shrimp this on my timeline. You mean all on my phone, period. Let's go. So now, y'all know it was a big joke on Jim Jones this week. It was a big joke of what? Him and Buster was having fun at the show. And I spoke about how Jim Jones, a big-ass kid. He looked like a big-ass kid. And this dude ain't married Chrissy, like a big-ass kid. But he's still with Chrissy. But at the same time, Jim Jones still a big-ass kid. So, bro, you're going to be a big-ass kid, and you ain't going to be married. So you mean to tell me Jim Jones was playing house all those years and then lost his house? Because he ain't think family was cool. Jim Jones ain't know if he'd have married Chrissy, all the good luck would have worked for him. He'd have still had his house. He'd have had a whole life. Yeah, I think Chrissy, a witch, put a spell on his dumb ass. Yeah, he don't want to marry me, ruin his ass. That's what I think Chrissy did. Big energy. Fans are flooding the comment section after Jim Jones celebrate 50th birthday with Chrissy Lampkin. Why we say that? Chrissy be still looking good, and Jimmy a little worse. And on top of that, I think Chrissy older than Jimmy. That's why I know Chrissy is. Chrissy put a spell on his ass. You want to marry me or embarrass me, fool? All right. Nothing you do shall go right. Chrissy been hit his ass with the mister. All right. After that episode, when he embarrassed her at that on Love and Hip Hop, what we didn't know is Chrissy hit his ass with the mister. Y'all know what Goldberg did when she put up her hand like that. She said, nothing you do gonna prosper. I think Chrissy been there to Jimmy. After that, his ass started falling off. You know what I'm saying? Max B started dissing his ass. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, Jimmy fell off. I think Chrissy did put a curse on his ass. You know why? She still looked all right. Meanwhile, Jimmy looked broken. So let's go, man. No, I'm gonna show you what the people saying. Jimmy, they saying you looking more worse. The fact you with Chrissy longer even now make it look worse. I'm gonna tell you, Jimmy, you know what this mean, bro? Man, we got proof, Jimmy. You ain't get a lot of chicks your whole career, bro. You just didn't. Your whole career, you did not get a lot of women, bro. All you want to prove to the bros is how you been balling. You always try to prove to the bros you so tough. And you always been portraying this life. But see, one means none. You had this one woman your whole life. So I'm going to say you really ain't had no chicks like that your whole career, bro. And I also heard you were scared of Chrissy, so you ain't cheat like that because she'd knock your ass out. Jimmy, you ain't get a lot of girls, bro. You mean you the first rapper ain't get a lot of girls and ain't get married? So, Jimmy, I figured it out. You was never in one cheating scandal the whole time you was with Chrissy, bro. Not one cheating scandal. But you supposed to be this pretty boy rapper. Ha 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 ha. When you had that song Ballin', we know who you was hanging with. All I'm saying is this, Jimmy. You should be ashamed of yourself for not marrying this woman. Hey, I'm going to give you a pass. Maybe you did marry her. Y'all just didn't make it public because y'all had to portray the gimmick because y'all not married. Either way, Jimmy, you had one woman your whole life, bro. You mean you was with this woman before you became a star? Why you became a star? You still with her, Jimmy? You ain't get a lot of coochie as a rapper, bro. I'm going to say Jim Jones might be the rapper that got the least coochie of all rappers. Fool, we know for a fact Offset got more coochie than you. Fool, we even know Snoop Dogg cheated. We know Snoop Dogg got a lot of coochie. Jimmy, we have no proof you got a lot of buns. We just don't. That whole Dipset movement has not proved to me they got a lot of buns. I mean, you get it? All right. Told you, man, they all gumps. Now, Jimmy, I shall show you. When you did this was not good. You make a fool of yourself. So the public has something to say, Jimmy. He's going to wait another 50 years before he decides to marry Chrissy. I would have left him already. Y'all make marriage sound like a hostage situation. Remember I told you, right? That's how it be for some people. Look, see? Marry or else bye. I told you that's what it is. They be in hostage situations. These women be in situations where they can't leave. They ain't getting nothing, and the whole thing is they can't leave, but at the same time, they ain't gaining nothing. They've been going on with that for a minute. So I told you, Jimmy, and to the rest of the world, you a joke, bro. They say you a big-ass kid, ain't never grow up, bro. He gonna wait another 50 years to get married. Because, you know, he had to portray gangster. Marriage ain't cool. And I said one thing. I never saw him that happy with Chrissy. Never. Never that happy with Chrissy. Real talk, y'all. Check it out. Hold up. Look, you see Jim Jones? When he be with Chrissy, y'all, he don't be that damn happy. See him right there? I done been, how I started putting this together before Diddy and all that. I was online looking. I said, when they with the bros, they always super happy. But when they with their girls, they don't be happy. Then we look at that, y'all. We seen Fab with his girl. We did homework on that. Long time ago. I started putting together. Bro, when they be with their girls, like they be forced, they like, man, take them to, they be tight. But when they be with the bros, they make smiles I never saw before. They look like they be so joyous. I swear to God. And then I'm like, yo, still no proof, Buster? Jimmy, you was with one girl your whole life? Your whole life? One? Jimmy, you ain't get a lot of coochie, bro. You just didn't, bro. Because you were rapping and acting tough most of the time. And Chrissy be calling, you the first rapper, Chris was always checking your phone, bro. That's what I heard, man. Where it is, Chris was always blowing your goddamn phone up. And if you don't answer, you know what time it is. All right? No, the truth is, Chrissy ran his ass. She run his ass. Always have, always will. Let's carry on. Rick Ross tells Joe Budden about the relationship with Drake. Rick Ross was sitting down with Joe Budden having conversations. The question is, who's listening? Who listening? Rick Ross, you know damn well you rap for the streets. Now you're trying to sit down with Joe Budden. That's the wrong fan base, bro. That's the wrong fan base, Ricky. Man, oh man, they're hilarious, y'all. Let's move on. So yeah, now check this out. This is funny too. I told y'all this week, this whole time, it's going to be a media blackout on every other female. You're going to see when it came time for their queen, Beyonce, to come back out, you're going to see every female was silenced. And any female that attempted to get clout, they were going to be embarrassed. Young Miami tried to come out. They protest against her. Cardi B, she got a little run. But then Stephon Diggs got embarrassed for his salad dressing behavior. And this week, Cardi B had to spend a lot of energy fighting Stephon Diggs. We know Megan has been silenced. But I tell you, people starting to catch on. The real female rap star in reality really is Glorilla, y'all. But they all suppress it. They all suppress it. Tell you, man, I'm gonna show y'all, right? Check it out. Because people saying something. What happened to Glow? What happened to Glorilla? Glorilla is the real superstar female rapper right now. She is. But I had hits about 3 summers. Y'all just saw, when y'all saw all them young ladies with the baby hairs and all that, a lot of young girls trying to look like Glorilla, y'all. So somebody said all of them are trash. But see, they was calling themselves trolling Nicki Minaj, whatever they said, right? Because you know they on Nicki stuff. I want to prove a point to y'all. In reality, none of them was never on Nicki level. I'm gonna show y'all the media magic y'all been caught up in. None of them was never on her level. But all, not Sexy Red, Cardi B and Megan built their careers off dissing Nicki. They made a career by being Nicki's adversary, but now you got the proof they still was nowhere on her level. It was a game. This woman, bingo, she had shooters. The real smoke was her and Nicki, but she didn't want the smoke. Meaning the real competition was her and Nicki. They're the same exact age. It was really her and Nicki. And y'all all know Nicki had the Barbie first. It was Barbie's first. Y'all saw Barbies in real life before it became a trend. Then it was a beehive. But y'all forgot it was real smoke. What else y'all got finessed with the whole deal? Over the whole deal, over the whole weekend, over all the freestyles, man, you ain't seen nobody want to smoke with Nicki like that. You ain't seen nobody diss Nicki lately, and you ain't seen Cardi B diss Nicki in a minute. You ain't seen Megan diss Nicki in a minute, because they know what's up. Now I'm going to show you something. Check it out. No Nicki Minaj, Billboard 10 hottest. No Nicki Minaj, she ain't rapping right now. Whack-ass hip-hoppers. Stop trying to make it like Nicki Minaj is a rapper right now. As of now, she's retired. She just ain't announced it. She'll be back. Nicki Minaj is doing grown woman stuff. How many times I've told y'all that? Why am I saying that? This is a childish kiddie conversation. No Nicki Minaj, where she at? They trying to make it like she ain't popping. Where she at? She's in the White House doing grown shit. You know what Nicki Minaj doing? What she's supposed to be doing. Bingo, all right? They the real competition. The real competition was the Barbie. No, Barbie was a goddamn nation first. All them damn women I saw with Barbie chains on, and I saw the whole world wearing bangs that New York woman started. I saw people around the world wearing bangs. Nicki started that whole cult following organic, period. Then it became this beehive stuff, and then the game started playing out online. Barbie with a capital B, beehive, capital B. It was all this online shenanigans, but in reality, nobody never topped Nicki. Meanwhile, nobody wanted to declare war against her personally, so they had shooters. The shooters are Cardi B and Megan. And you're going to see Nicki's whole career, at a certain point, they focused on her, them two. Then they had bloggers. So the bloggers was behind them. Everything they say, they're going to post. Everything they say, they're going to post. Attack Nicki, attack Nicki, attack Nicki, attack Nicki. Then when Nicki do something positive, nobody say nothing. Meanwhile, Nicki is not, they are nowhere on her level. When Nicki sat in that White House, I didn't hear nothing. Nobody said nothing, and y'all do not want to say her name. I dare any one of y'all to call Nicki Minaj out like you want smoke right now. I dare any one of y'all, and I bet you ain't going to do it, because y'all all know what's up. The time of y'all fronting online is over. Y'all bullied that woman. Y'all jumped her. Y'all banked her. Y'all stomped her. Y'all dragged her. It's over now. I dare you to do it now. I dare you. What you looking at now? Man, Beyonce kicked their ass back to the curb anyway. All three of their ass career over with. That's why they saying, what happened to Glow? Oh, no, they had Glow sitting in the crowd like a gump. They had Glorilla sitting in the crowd like she wasn't even a top rapper. These are facts. Glorilla is the top female rapper amongst the young ladies, just like Little Kim was, just like Foxy Brown was. They love Glorilla. The youngsters love Glorilla because it's her time. But meanwhile, they covered it up for 3 years straight. I watched Glorilla win 3 years straight on the radio, y'all. These are facts. And all my people, especially if you down south, you already know that. So I'm saying, y'all already know that. But people that's down south, you know what y'all don't get? They not letting people know that Glorilla's the top rapper for real. She not only the top rapper, she is. The top rapper, period. The most relevant, get the most spins, and people love and like her. She really is. But see, told y'all all this played out on media. I know the real world. See, in the real world, they all just start coming back out. See, Rick Ross and them just start coming back out. But Glorilla had that summer. She had about 3 summers. I might say 4 summers. While Glorilla had the summer before the Kendrick Drake beef. She had that summer right there. And I'm telling you, everybody know, y'all, they've been oppressing Glorilla. And Yo Gotti been taking her money. That's the honest God truth. Meaning, the honest truth is Glorilla been winning. Everything else alleged, but the truth is she been winning. Radio-wise, Glorilla's supposed to be on tour this whole summer. You're going to see they ain't let Glorilla tour 2-3 whole summers yet. Let's go. I bet you Nicki ain't mad. See that? She ain't mad. Nicki big mad. Her home just got served papers. See that, y'all? Let me show you how ignorant they are online. They think because Nicki Minaj got served papers, that means something. Nicki big mad. Guys, you see how they try to create a narrative online like Nicki is mad? She ever was mad at Cardi B and Megan? In reality, let's slow it down. Nobody's high right now. Whatever would make Nicki mad at Cardi B? They didn't even top her albums yet. They didn't top none of her albums. They didn't make more money than her. They didn't do nothing better than her. They didn't get no awards like when awards counted, real awards. They didn't do nothing, y'all. But if I asked you, did Nicki build a career of Megan and Cardi, or did Cardi and Megan build a career of Nicki? Which one is it? You forgot they from the team of controversy. They from the same family that was in a beef called Ether and Takeover. I told you their side is dissing. The same gimmick Kendrick pulled. What's that? I have nothing going on in the world. Let me hop on this song, diss Drake for traction and clout. Bingo. One side has to diss for clout, and the other side is naturally talented. All of their careers are built off controversy and online shenanigans. Now, in reality, was they ever on Nicki level? Now, say it with a straight face. It's not on who you like. All right? And I tell a lot of you women, shame on y'all, because a lot of y'all love Nicki. I watched my own eyes. I seen, when Nicki was popping, I never seen a woman at that time say, I don't like her. I never heard that. I don't like her. They all liked her. Did we know they was wearing fake-ass Barbie chains, breaking their neck out? All right, ladies, raise your hand. Tell the truth. If you know damn well your neck was breaking out for wearing them Barbie chains. And let's look at all the money them Chinese stores made up them Barbie chains. Come on, y'all, stop it. And then all y'all, what y'all start doing? My name Chocolate Barbie. My name Renee Barbie. My name is Barbie. All y'all were calling yourself Barbies. Y'all know that. That was before the Barbs started online. Then it turned into a Barbs movement. So am I lying, y'all? So my point is this. Was Cardi B ever on that woman level, or was she clout chasing? Okay, we want to act like Nicki Minaj never passed Beyonce. Let's stop playing, all right? And I'll give Beyonce a pass, because when she was pregnant having those kids, Nicki was on top of the world. Those are just facts. So if you want to say Nicki became bigger than Beyonce by default because she was pregnant, you could say that. But the reality is, Nicki been topped all of them females. Meaning, they're just catching up to her. Meaning, she could fall on her face, be accused of getting high, all this other shit. Somehow she's still ahead of them. Y'all don't understand how this thing works. They talk about Nicki big mad because her house got served papers. Idiot, that woman was sitting in the White House. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that means. Now, for those who don't get it, I said, in the end, Nicki will have a career. I told them all. Nicki gonna have a career. A lot of people ain't. Since then, who been online this week explaining themselves about Stephon Diggs? Cardi B. All right. Her career is controversy. She don't have one. No controversy, nobody listening. Nobody cares. Got it? So, y'all mean to tell me people that don't even write their own raps was better than Nicki the whole time? I told you, man, all internet hype. But everybody that went against Nicki is busted, y'all. And they better hope Nicki don't pull a cord. You know what I'm saying? But I told you a lot of people's career going to disappear. Let's go back to the top, y'all. All right? Yeah, I know on Saturdays, YouTube is fully controlled and slow. I came on to tell y'all this story and chop it up with y'all and give y'all something for the day. What's up? What's up, Matt? I was a low-key Barbie takeover. It was a low-key Barbie takeover. Yes, it was. That's why I say, that's why I lost respect for people a lot, because the stuff I saw them do online with this remix of history and going against people and slandering and picking and choosing and being pawns and all this stuff, that's why I just stopped losing respect. I started losing respect for people, man. You want to remix history. Like when you take somebody's greatness, try to make it trash for your advantages. Beat a person fair and square. That's all you got to do. And some people been running straight slander campaigns on here for 10 years straight. Really 15 years. Kanye told y'all when he snapped, that was 2016. So as you got it, man, let's speed it up. A Bronx resident by the name of Keith Webster was accused of driving his Subaru into a security gate. He drove into a security gate. You got it right here. Beyonce and Jay-Z's Georgia Palm property on Wednesday, July 15th. This happened on Wednesday. It wasn't breaking news. We didn't get updates all day. Nobody told us this happening. All right, boom, you got it. Control media. Hell no, this wasn't getting out. Because you know, some people will post, man, a weirdo just try to crash my house and would have posted that joint. Man, this weirdo try to crash. Y'all see this? They ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? We got updates on everything. You know, Jay-Z buying a watch. Jay-Z about to run off with a watch. We getting that. They doing all this stuff all week, man. Meanwhile, Wednesday, after the Yankee Stadium breach, another security breach. Now let's look at it, man. A weirdo from the Bronx comes out of nowhere, mashing the gas like he gonna drive through the property or something. He lucky them security ain't buck him down. Man crashes through a gate. Beyonce and Jay-Z East Hampton estate. So this just released in the middle of the night. So for those who don't know about the Hamptons, that's where they all at right now. You know, LeBron out there, Kevin Hart. Man, I saw LeBron and Kevin Hart dancing and stuff. They acting goofy. They all out there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because they not in Malibu. You know, like I said, man, you know, Steven Spielberg out there, so they better not make a lot of noise. But guess what? Those people that live out there still not going to be fond of this. Y'all know how it goes. Take any neighborhood, y'all. It's like a regular neighborhood. Meaning, yeah, they rich, but they got neighbors. So what the neighbors are thinking now? Man, as soon as they come back out here, all this stuff start happening. See, it's just like you in real life. You move to a gated community. You made it, right? You got your nice little house. You got your little neighbors with y'all little money. Y'all straight. Y'all got the gate. Everything cool. But for some reason, as soon as y'all ass move out there, they got this issue of a weirdo crashing the gate. Never happened till you came. So how your neighbors looking at you? See that? Same thing with them. We've been out here all this time. Here go that rap stuff. Didn't I tell you wherever rap at, something bad gonna happen? Y'all get now what I be saying? Wherever rap at, something bad gonna happen. Bad news, something. So that's how I look at it. Okay, I got my estate in the Hamptons. We've been out here. We do this every summer. But for this particular summer, they not in Malibu and all that. Here they come. So now that they come out here, we got our first incident. You know what I'm saying? They not fond of this. You Steven Spielberg and waking up, you like, man, what the hell going on? Shit, am I next? What the hell going on? Weirdos just driving on property? And you see the gate, and you see the gate right here. The distance from the house is not far from the gate. So that was a real breach. That was a real breach. You see, because the property is close. So once if they get through that right there, they on the property right there. That's a threat. And you know, some people got their house situated more different than that. Well, you might get over the gate, but you ain't that close to the house. Don't be surprised if they selling his house. You heard Diddy selling his house? Here you got it. Diddy sells the Freak Off Mansion right here. Freak Off Mansion. Sold in Miami. He's selling his house. Don't be surprised they might be selling this house. Because it's already said they don't be there like that. And the fact they don't be there like that, weird stuff happening. If I was them, I'd sell it. I might as well sell it, get them millions. Might as well. So you see they got the backyard with the entrance to that water. That's why I tell you, you be at them rich people party, you mess around the OD, something happen, man, you might end up in that water. You ain't never coming to this party. Hey, y'all know the movie Eyes Wide Shut? That's part of it too. Know what that mask is? Because they ain't gonna know who in there. Shit, if they don't know who behind that mask, they also might not know if your ass OD end up missing with that mask. I don't know who that was. Put their ass in that water in that back somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's some nice property, y'all. But the reality, though, this property became under fire. Now let's rewind. Remember how all those weirdos kept getting at the White House? Remember the weirdos on the White House lawn? Remember weirdos start doing all this weird stuff? Only thing happening is happening to them now. Weirdos. Patrick Mahomes been got his house broken into. Travis Kelce. Everybody may get their house broken into. A lot of people being getting stalked out. It's just their turn, y'all. So I always tell you, everybody think it's not supposed to happen to them because you forget the entertainers. What else we know? Rihanna and ASAP Rocky house got sprayed up by a weirdo. Now, this situation, it wasn't a firearm, but it could have been nasty if they had one. This situation, they turned the vehicle into a weapon. Weird stuff is happening, y'all. Weird stuff. What's up, Fatima? What's up, Dramatic? What's up, Design? Shout out to everybody live in the chat. How about no one knew where the Carters were until today? Exactly. I knew they was in New York, but I ain't gonna lie. I thought they was in a Manhattan apartment or something like that. I didn't think they was in the Hamptons. I did forget about that, but yeah, I thought, I'm looking at it like being that they running around Manhattan, the Bronx. They probably was going back and forth because they do got like I said, they got the other property too. So I looked at it like they was in their Midtown, whatever property. But meanwhile, when like I say this week, when I saw a clip of LeBron James and Kevin Hart, I know the background, so I put together. I said, "Oh, they in the Hamptons." Then this happened, so now I put it all together. Oh, they all in the Hamptons. So look at it like they go to Yankee Stadium. They all Yankee Stadium. Then they all go back to the Hamptons after that. And then the broke rappers, the broke entertainers got to go back home. Yeah, but LeBron got property out there too. The broke rappers got to go back home, y'all. You see what I'm saying? They can't afford nothing out there. They had to go back on their flights. Yeah, they had to catch them flights. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't coming to Jay-Z, Beyonce house. Yeah, so they made the rest of their ass get back on the plane and go home. Because it's the same direction. For those who don't know, JFK Airport ain't too far from there. So it's the same vicinity. You know what I'm saying? They might have still went back to the house, partied and all of that. But you're going to see they had their mega blast weekend. They made it all about them. Then somebody pissed in their Cheerios on Sunday. Breach of security. This is the third breach of security. According to these stories, this will be the third breach of security towards Jay-Z. One breach of security coming out the New York Knicks game during the playoffs, when he got bum rushed by a bunch of fans because the vehicle was gone. That was one time, allegedly. The second time, Yankee Stadium. So you got one breach incident outside Madison Square Garden, one breach outside Yankee Stadium, this breach right here at the crib. That's 3. All of those 3 happened in less than 2 months. So, like I said, I don't got to know nothing. I'm not going to assume. I'm just going to say there's something going on. And this same week, the diddler makes a point. His children make a point to separate themselves from him. How I look at it. They said they don't know Diddy like that. So I looked at it ever since they said that is smoke. Meanwhile, his kids did it the right way. What are they saying? Yeah, that's our dad. We don't got nothing to do with what he's talking about. Whatever our dad did, we don't care. Like, we ain't letting that stop us. We don't care about him embarrassing himself. When asked if they were nervous about being thrust further into the public eye, both replied, not at all. We don't care. Right here. They have insisted they aren't worried about public scrutiny as they launch their first clothing brand. The sisters have made it clear they're determined to carve out their own careers despite their rapper father's legal troubles. So they telling y'all, we ain't gonna let our father stop us from making our money. It's the new generation now. Our father's an idiot, just like we are in real life. Your parents do dumb. You ain't co-signing that. Same way some of y'all was ashamed of y'all parents back in the day. Y'all know damn well back in the day, some of y'all ain't want y'all parents to come to school. You was embarrassed. You were like, no, man, no, please don't come. Y'all, a lot of y'all was embarrassed back in the day. Especially, bro, your mom was big. A lot of y'all was scared, man. They gonna joke. Y'all know that. Y'all ain't want y'all mother coming in class. Some of y'all ain't want y'all parents outside their school bus. Y'all know. Y'all was ashamed of y'all parents when y'all was young, some of y'all. Especially your parents got high. So let's stop playing. So now you look at it just like them. They're ashamed of their parents just like you was when you was young. All right? They had to see their parents a junkie. The whole world had to see Diddy a junkie, you perv. They ain't letting that stop their money, y'all. So now, remember back in the day, they had Star Search. I'm going to say they doing a 2026 version of Star Search. Yup. Diddy Kids versus Blue Ivy versus Northwest. Now, the race is to see who kids is going to be the most successful, who kids is going to make the most money. I think that's the next wave, meaning they're going to be the leaders of their generation. And the truth is, the youngsters do look up to them. They do. But if they are competing, they're getting the straight clothes. So just know they're going to be the first richest young sisters. Because they're going to make millions off them clothes. I don't care if they selling t-shirts. They're going to at least sell a million t-shirts. So I know they're going to sell merch. Plus, they actually modeling their own merchandise, or they're going to make money. And we know their mother's Kim Porter, which means what? A lot of fashion industry people going to look out for them. They probably going to blow up, y'all, in their department. Y'all know how Pastry did. You know, Angela Simmons talking about her days the other day, yeah. I think they're going to be bigger than her and her sister. Yeah, that's what I think, y'all. Because now it's their turn. Now, mind you, this information pops out the same exact week Diddy sells his mansion, the same exact week they rock the crowd, the same exact week this stuff happened to their house. So I tell you, the saga continues. And I assume it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we not going to know, and we never going to know. But we all know one thing. If it is said that Diddy is coming home February 2028, it has to be some type of end result to this. It has to be something. Something has to happen, y'all. Meaning either has to be squashed, addressed. Because if he's coming home in February, like being reported, you can see his daughters are springboarded to be their own individuals. Get it? All I want to know is how is this going to pan out for Jay-Z and them? I assume, like I'm going to tell you again, y'all, I think they thought Diddy was going to get life. Some just keep telling me that. I think they thought he was going to get 20 years plus. I don't know. I mean, he's cool, but. And it made everybody online try to prove their friendship. But Jay-Z dealt with him like he was a straight criminal. Like, I don't rock him like that. Like, my point is, nobody knows how Diddy felt about that. Now, let's say to make this clear. Jay-Z was supposed to separate himself from Diddy. He was supposed to do that. But in my opinion, he could have did it a different way. But we don't know how Diddy feels about that. Because the rumor is he helped both of them in this game. So we don't know, y'all. But one thing we do know, something's going on. Now, this house, they wasn't even there a lot. Beyonce and Jay-Z don't have time for their new $26 million mansion. They just got it. Well, this article from 2018, they went on Renaissance tour after this. They've been working. She's been working. Cowboy Carter tour. But they didn't want to live in New York. Like these things I'll speak about. A lot of that property was bought from when New York was popping. But they kept their location, so whenever they're in the city, they still got it, but they always in Los Angeles. They love Los Angeles and Miami, Florida. But they really love Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they wasn't at these locations like that, because they had just built the big boy. But they ain't built it, they bought it. The house they bought, it was promoted as building. You know, the house in Malibu was originally $275 million, but they bought it for $200 million. Hip-hop media promoted the house like they're the ones that built the house, but they didn't build it. It was a man that built the house in 92 and sold it to them for he took $75 million discount off, Jay-Z. And they had just bought it 2023. But when the Malibu fire happened, it messed a lot of people up. So that's why I keep telling you, you're never supposed to know their losses like they're unhuman, like they're not human, but everybody else took losses just like them. Their losses must be covered up to keep the narrative of perfection going, and they can't do no wrong. Remember, when Beyonce goes to the bathroom, it doesn't stink. When she goes to the bathroom, y'all, you can actually walk in there right after that. You don't need spray. She does not stink when she poops. No. And Jay-Z, he's another one. You know, nothing bad happens to him. Jay-Z's so cool, he don't even get a stain on his shirt when he eats. He does nothing wrong. So therefore, it's going to play out like that in the media. Nothing they do is wrong. They don't take no losses. It never happened. I told you it's called the Mandela effect. Nothing happened. What are you talking about? All right. But now, right, if you want to talk how homes, this is like the third home incident. So I'm going to assume I'm going to say they got enemies and not no people online. I'm also going to say, I know for a fact I saw it. When Jay-Z said that rap about Kaepernick, y'all, that pissed a lot of people off. So I'm also telling you, some of this stuff could be from some of their own people. You get it? Like some of the people they was cool with, get it? Some of the people that went out and followed them, people that looked up to them, a lot of this could be smoke from people that feel betrayed. So I'm going to keep it real. I feel like some of this stuff is coming from their own circle. Because, y'all, they were furious over that Kaepernick stuff. It's two things. Y'all know they was furious over Target. They were furious over Kaepernick, but they really was furious over what Jay-Z said. See, they mad. People really upset that Jay-Z dissed Kaepernick. And I low-key saw it. I don't think I said, I don't know if nothing true is nothing is a fact. They said that Jay-Z dissed his wife too. So, but my point is now we got to look at this like we don't know how many people actually mad at him. Because Colin Kaepernick got a lot of people that love him. And remember this, they also disrespected the activist movement. If you ask me, I believe people from a particular party mad at their ass too. And I ain't talking about 47. I feel like a lot of their own people mad at them. Or something going on, y'all. What else we know? It's kind of simple, right? Everybody don't know where they live at. So even for a psycho to ram that gate, a psycho ended up at their house from the Bronx. But how that psycho know where their house is at? You see what I'm saying? I ain't know where their house is at. So this could be inside, meaning they could have smoke beef, internal beef. We don't know. We never know, y'all. We never know. We never know. We never know. And that's why some things going to be where they at. But one thing we will say, this is getting very weird. The saga continues. All right, that house, they don't beat it like that. And I think Steven Spielberg and them going to be pissed off because they bringing that criminal element to their neighborhood. See, that's what y'all don't get. The drug dealer rapper, the guy that was an ex-drug dealer from the streets and the projects, sometimes bad stuff always follow. When you're proud of the streets, when you're proud of negative behavior, sometimes it just follows you. It's what it is. All right, so that's my opinion. But I don't think their neighbors going to be fond of this. Because I don't think nothing happened out there recent. But we'll see how this saga continues, y'all. So the new Star Search is Battle of Their Kids. Star Search. We're going to see between them, Blue Ivy, and Northwest, who's going to be the most successful. Meanwhile, some of you platforms should be ashamed of yourself putting them on your cover. All right? You're not supposed to show youngsters without their parents. He did it right here. You ain't supposed to show them without their parents, Jacks. All right, pickleheads? Let's go. On that note, I'm done. We all done. Hey, I ain't going to take up y'all Saturday. We came. We saw. Also, y'all, make sure y'all safe out there. Do not inhale this air too long. You make sure you got a mask. And if you don't have a mask, at least have a wet washcloth to cover your face. Do not be breathing that air like that. A lot of people are going to be sick over this. And a lot of people might have after effects. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to get out of here. I said what I said. We ain't going to do all day. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Shout out to the chat. It's finished, Denise. Oh, what's up, y'all? What's up? Okay, I'm just checking the chat. Had nothing to do with black women, more like white women and our other ethnicities, but since black folk love to attach themselves to some kind of struggle. I don't know. I was trying to see what you're saying, but hey, what's up, EK? Once again, all right. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Other than that, y'all stay tuned. And I'm gonna say it one more time. A lot of this stuff, it doesn't apply to fans. I just think they got their own stuff going on behind the scenes at this point. All right, so y'all stay tuned. We out. One.